It's week 17 of the 2034 season, and we've got the Dolphins' sure-handed wide receiver, who's closing in on 1,000 yards receiving on the year. It's the Dolphins and the Bills, under the lights on Thursday night.
As the weekend approaches, let's settle in and end the week right, with an outstanding Thursday night contest here with the NFL on EA Sports. All right, football fans, settle in because we got bragging rights on the line in this one. Kate, Scott, Brock Hewitt here with you as we get set for a division rematch. Brock, one side seeking the sweep, and the other looking for some revenge after how that first showdown went.
What do they say about familiarity? Familiarity does what?
It breeds something, Brock. It breeds, contempt.
It breeds contempt. Yeah. These teams don't like each other. They can...
All right, guys, I think I forgot to check my depth chart. Let me look at it real quick. Look at the medical center here. Amos is out another week and Peck's out again. So we're down to a couple of receivers here. Worked out well last week though. Trying to get to my tight end more, but it's just in this offense, the Detroit offense, it's hard to get to the tight end. Yeah, it's gonna be the same kind of offense as last week. Yeah, they always fuck with my roster for some goddamn reason. Smith, Donald, Fox. Eaton's here. We gotta put Eaton here. That guy, man, he should have been playing for me a while ago. The other linebackers just ended up being better fit. Let me tell you, Klein was a 65 when I got him. I just put points at him. You know what it is? He's got a depth trait, so I think he levels up faster. And he's just become like a mainstay in my defense as far as, when I need a good backup. Yeah, I've got to shift that stuff around. That's what I need to do right there. Sorry. I'll try to edit this out if I remember.
Say all the right things in the papers. They don't want any bulletin board material. But the fact is, you know your division foes better than anybody, and they know you. And that familiarity does bring a little extra heat into this matchup.
And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So here come the Bills for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their fourth-year quarterback.
Some tough luck last week for this quarterback, Kate. 2 touchdowns, the 1 interception, and you just know the way it works. These coaches love to tell us they always think about the losses. They sting way more than the wins. It's the same thing with the quarterback. He's not thinking about the touchdowns. He's thinking about correcting that interception and knowing right here he's got to play some clean ball.
Right to the air with Smith. Finds him over the middle. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
2nd and 1. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
The defenders, they were ready for that throw, stopping him right at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. First carry of the game for the rookie out of Washington. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Smith. That finds his man. It's Keon Coleman. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. And now we'll get a pause here. Trainer's headed out to take a look at an injured player. Let's hope it isn't anything that's going to keep him from finishing this season strong. Smith on first down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Back to the air, it's Smith. That's incomplete left side.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And now they're staring at 4th and long. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points. Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Returning it from the 4. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. So the Dolphins offense headed out for their opening drive. And we'll take a glance at their 7th-year QB.
Just an all-around great performance from him last week, Kate, in the win. Those 2 touchdowns he had played a big part in the victory, no question. But so did keeping it clean, not throwing a pick. You want to become friendly with your own defense? Make sure they don't have any extra possessions to defend. He did his job, and so did his teammates.
Blown back gets the handoff. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be 2nd down. They give it to him again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Looks like play has been paused. We've got a timeout taken by the defense. They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Brought in right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. 35 on the pickup. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And he's out of bounds inside the... Sean McDermott didn't like that call. We can tell he's got the challenge flag out. So what we're all looking for here, did he secure the catch and maintain it while also getting both feet down?
Yeah, this is wise.
All right, so that challenge is unsuccessful, but still a chance to earn a 3rd one if their next challenge leads to an overturned call. And he gets very good yardage there. That's down inside the 10. 2nd and 3 now. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Has it down close. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And this is going to be a Miami touchdown. The Dolphins finish off their opening drive. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
That one splits the uprights. And the Dolphins one up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. His return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Bills and their running back about to get back to work. And you know who the ball is going to when they reach the red zone. He's currently top 5 across the NFL in rushing scores this season. First and 10 now. Here's Smith. Dumps it off to his running back. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he drives ahead for good yardage up to the 45. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. Back-to-back carries here. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Smith on 3rd and short. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. The Bills with a punt team out there. And we'll see what kind of first impression he makes tonight. Coming off a busy week, 5 punts in the loss, and he sends this one away. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing from near his own goal line. He puts some air under a deep throw. He's got it deep downfield. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. You don't get too many plays of that size in a game, and that flag takes away one of them. Here's a give up the middle. And he found some running room for a nice gain. 70 yards there, and that brings up 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Short pass brought in. And they bring him down here at about the 13-yard line. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. They're going play action. That's caught for the first. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Here's the one back on the handoff. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Back to the well again. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3. He'll throw it. Hits him on the out route. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or 2 short for the 1st down.
Less than a yard needed here on 4th. Trying to push this past the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Back to throw. Complete out to the right. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. So we're through one as everyone tries to stay warm on what has been a very cold night. 7-3 is our score. We'll return to Highmark Stadium in just a moment. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. great blocking to spring him. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Motioning the tight end left. Pass play on 1st and 10. Throwing the out route complete. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. They'll come up 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
You know, kid, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
This throw is cupped. And this one doesn't go far.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And he'll take this across. Touchdown, Miami! The Dolphins now lead by 10. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Now we'll see them try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Dolphins drive their lead to 11. The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Buffalo sending its offense to the field. It's a 14-3 ball game as they take over following the score. On first down, they'll run. And he'll get this up to the 29-yard line. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. From the 29. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. New set of downs for him from the 46. Simple dive up the middle. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Smith. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They have played lights out on offense, scored their first 2 times out, Brock. A chance to go 3 for 3 and grow that lead here. And for the first time, one of his throws doesn't find a home. It's incomplete, but boy, what a streak he had to begin this game. Second and 10 now. Completed over the middle. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Here we go, third and less than a yard. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Another carry for him. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. Well, we see the medical staff headed out there now. We're going to get a timeout as they handle an injured player. Not what you want to see so close to the end of the season. 2nd and 8. Complete over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. And with a half a football left to play, we can see already how close he is to that 100-yard mark in this game. Got to think that he stands a good chance of reaching it with plenty of time left to go. Here's a handoff up the gut. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
This time it's a passing play. He's got it. And in for the Miami touchdown. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just machine, surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. Possession switching back to Buffalo as their offense heads out. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. It is caught left side. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for a Bills 1st down. They'll run here from the gun. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire 1st half. They drop him behind the line. It's the 2-minute warning now from Highmark. And it's the Bills with work to do on 2nd and 12. Shotgun snap to Smith. He's got a man left. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. The Dolphins with an extra DB out there. 3rd down coming. They put a receiver in motion here left. From the gun on 3rd down. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains. All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Pressure comes. Smith. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Trying again following the sack. And they get to him again. Buffalo Buffalo calls it second time out of the half. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. From the gun, Smith. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. They're out now, ready to punt it. And they could really use a good one here. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And this is the punt you want every time. It bounces out of bounds and sticks them inside their own 10. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And as he accumulates catches this season, Brock, some have stuck out to us more than most. And we had one of them on that last drive as he's reached a significant milestone for himself this year. And they'll kneel this down. That brings us to the break. Not a big window for those halftime speeches. They're right back out of the locker room and set to resume play with the third quarter. Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Return starts at the 3. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Dolphins are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's a handoff. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. The give now out of the shotgun. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. It's a gain of 6, and they only need half of that now on 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's on the move. Can't find anyone open, and he's forced to throw it away. So the Dolphins readying for the punt. And he wasn't needed at all in the first half, partner. This is going to be his first punt. And he's going to be touched. Turn comes to an end. Officially a 55-yard launch. And the Bills will take over possession. Now we've got the Bills offense headed back to the field. They're running out of time to get this game into a more manageable spot, Brock. We've got a 3... Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something.
Well, I think you know the only thing redeeming about that play, Kate.
They got the ball back.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, they got the ball back, but a whole lot longer down in distance.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Only 1 yard on the run. They're going to need to pull a rabbit out of the hat, Brock, on this 3rd and very long. Looking to throw, Smith. He smartly won't risk something here and just chucks it away.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. The Dolphins and this running back headed back out for a new series. And you can see with just this and one more game remaining this season, he's leading the league in rushing touchdowns. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down. Back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. Handoff now out of the gun. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Blown back gets the handoff. And he only gets this one down to the 9. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Dropping back to throw. The throw is caught. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. This is the type of performance a former quarterback just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments...
And he gets in, touchdown! The Dolphins can make it a 4-score game as they lead by 24. Well, this is the continuation of one of the greatest scoring seasons in recent memory, Brock. For the first time since 2006, we've got a running back who's reached 20 touchdowns in a single season. Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. The point after splits the uprights. And the Dolphins continue piling on to this lead. The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. Has this at the 6. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Bills set to take over offensively. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And he's brought down after a short gain. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 39. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Dumped off to his running back. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. They'll bring out the punter here. And this is going to be his 4th effort tonight. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Miami offense headed out there now. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Running it now out of the gun. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They'll run here on 1st down. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. but too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Pass play now. Short pass brought in. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Punting unit out now. And he'll try to have his second punt top his first one. Fair catch called for and made just outside the 20. The Bills' offense all set for their next drive. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Cut out left. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down after a solid gain on what's going to be the final play of the quarter. We've reached the end of the third quarter on this Thursday night. It's the Bills' ball as we start the fourth, but any efforts may be futile facing that deficit. Third and just 2 to go. Blitz coming for Smith. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. Defense getting in on the fun, Brock, with that fourth quarter lead as they provide a nice little boost there with the pick-6.
Yeah, you could feel some of the desperation of this offense. And when you get into that mode, it is danger time. Defenses love to take advantage of it. I always say to you, Kate, play fast but never in a hurry. You can't be rushed offensively because you can often be rushed into mistakes like that.
Looking to tack on the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Dolphins grow their lead yet again. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick-6. And he... this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. Now Smith coming off that pick. Completed to his running back. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun. Here's Smith. Hits his running back. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Smith back to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And it sets up 2nd down. Motioning him from the slot right. 2nd and 10. Again, it's Smith. That one's complete, right side. And he gets this beyond the midfield stripe and onto the Dolphins side of the field. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. And again, it's Smith. And he's there to send that one away incomplete.
the ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a 4th down stand.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
And he takes it past midfield and starts the drive into Bills territory. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Back-to-back carries here. Has a lane inside the 35. And he's all the way down to the 32-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down, and they go right back to him. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They give it to him again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Back to the well again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. So the Dolphins bringing out the field goal unit for a try here. It's about 43 yards for him. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And a fairly lead grows by 3 more. The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. Return coming from the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Now outruns their offense to take over. And all game they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. 1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. Has it downfield working the left. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They manage 22 on the rip and a 1st down. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. 1st down, Smith to throw. Looking slant route, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And that's good for a Bills 1st down. Smith. Dump off top by his back. They deliver a shot before he can get to the line. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Shotgun snap to Smith. He completes it in traffic. And that will not be enough for a 1st down. So now here's 3rd and 5. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
Slide's kick is up and good. And Brock, I'd say that's more of a moral victory than something that's really going to affect the deficit much.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field. That's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Miami set to take over once again on offense. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. Here's a give up the middle. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Buffalo. Dolphins getting closer to their 13th win of the season. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Going to the ground again on first. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut, second down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll run now on second down. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the first down.
So it's a win for the visiting Dolphins. And with this being their 5th consecutive victory, Brock, it's easy to argue they've been the best team in football over the last month. With Brock Ewart and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins, your winners, as we say so long from Buffalo.